afternoon. Welcome. Pretty laid back Sunday afternoon stream. Not much exciting really. That's selling it, isn't it? Basically, I downloaded some games for the QL. There's one little hitch. The emulator, the Microdrive emulator, it's all well and good to put the games onto the Microdrive emulator, but the games need to boot from Microdrive 1, and this is Microdrive 3. G'day Evil C, good to see you. So Microdrive 3, they won't boot because as soon as they load, so you can try and boot the game off this emulator, but there will be a line in the program that says load the file from Microdrive 1, and it fails right there. And that's why we need the vMap installed. But I'm kind of almost not avoiding this, but maybe I'll do this later if it comes to the pinch, but kind of almost wanted to go old school and actually see if I can get this drive here working well enough with a good cartridge to actually copy the game from the virtual Microdrive to a physical media and actually boot the game off Microdrive 1. That's going to be my first challenge, because if you've seen the stream in the last couple of streams, you'll know that the Microdrives are pretty unreliable, just because the media is pretty old and it was a little bit flaky to start with. So what I've got here is I've got a setup of this is the QL here with the virtual drive and a physical, and we've got the two built-in physical Microdrives there. I've got a Spectrum with a virtual drive and a physical drive here, just in case I come across any cartridges that are potentially for the Spectrum. I'd like to be able to just flick over to the Spectrum, try reading the cartridges. If they're Spectrum ones, I won't format them on the QL. I mean, potentially I could try and back them up on the Spectrum, but pretty much what I want to try and do is, well, have a look at this. It's, I've got a bunch of Microdrive cartridges. In fact, I think this whole box, I think that there, these are definitely dead. You can see the detritus in the bag. I've got keep listed on those. So it's really a matter of just seeing whether I can read them on either system, figure out what they're for, what system they're for. And I've got a whole bunch in here as well. So some of these might just be a matter of replacing the little pads, because that one, you can see that one doesn't have the pad once it focuses. See it? Little pad's missing. I'm not sure where the focus. There we go. Little pad's missing there. So some of these cartridges might be okay. I'm assuming that they haven't been tested. I'm assuming that these ones where it says keep, I'm assuming that they have been tested. I don't know. It's been so long. So I'll have a wee go rummage through there, and in here I've actually got like a stash of original Microdrives cartridges. and potentially, you know, they're drives out of QLs. I've probably tested them and found that they're not working. But one thing to bear in mind with this is that the QL is a little bit different to the Spectrum when it comes to formatting. The QL needs, I think, 100 good sectors or more on the cartridge to be format, you know, when you format it. If there's fewer than 100 good sectors, the format fails, and we've seen this failing formats. This drive over here seems to be a bit more reliable than the internal ones, but the internal ones do actually read and can save files to a formatted cartridge, but they can't format successfully, and that might just be that they're just not quite as good as this. The format might actually be working partially, you know, like it could just be that it's the flaky cartridges, and I think it's potentially pretty hard to find good cartridges. See, I've got some notes in here. These are the little wallets they came in. Reading okay, DIR only, not checked program loading. So if that's sort of the fact that I've got DIR there, just sort of implying that they're QL. This is the original kit that came with the QL. It's got the, like, it's kind of like the Scion version of Microsoft Office. And I've got a note there to say back up before trying. I mean, let's have a close look at one of these. Yep. This is a good example of a failing. Just about to disintegrate little pad. Hang on, I'm zoomed in. See, it's kind of like if I touch that, it basically will just turn to dust. Most of it will just turn to dust. So the first thing I want to do with these, considering they're the original bloomin' real deal, right? You know, is carefully get rid of this and see if I can read that. You know, replace that little pad and see if I can read it. So that's going to probably be something for an off-camera exercise. I don't know, I might be able to do one or two. It just takes a little bit of time to replace those pads. So I've got, you know, slightly different versions. Slightly different. I've got QL chess. I mean, I think potentially some of these might be quite hard to come by. I've got a note on there to say it did not load, but this was probably back, I mean, that's dated 2015, which is probably back before I actually realised that you've got to make sure these pads are okay. That one's kind of almost bloody, it's missing altogether, right? So in my, not my ignorance as such, but just lack of experience with these at the time in 2015, is I probably just whacked it in, didn't load. Problem with doing that is it could have sucked all that crud into the cartridge. So it was just a bit of a pity that I actually possibly tried some of these without realizing it was going to do that. Potentially got like not loading well on these here. So I've obviously had a go with them, but I would assume that these are, yeah, these are all QL, I think, judging by the box there. This here is like boxed version of the QL assembler as such. It's a nice little 68,000 assembler, screen editor, etc. So I think I've got quite a few of these cartridges to restore best I can. There's another copy of the software. Focus. Scion software. So, you know, there's lots and lots of these things. Not loading, check pads. So maybe I did know about the pads back in 2015, I don't know, but QL cabins, that's a game. I have never played a game on a QL. Not loading well, so that sort of implies that at least they potentially may work. QL, okay. So look, all these okay. Dead pads on them. I mean, some of this stuff, by rights, I probably should archive them off, but archiving off is not really I guess if I got the archiving software loaded, somehow, I haven't even looked into that, I could archive them off onto virtual disks. That could be a plan. So I don't really want to go messing too much with these without sort of replacing the pads on those first. So I'm wondering whether maybe I should just grab some of the loose ones. These are probably Spectrum, I'm assuming. Yeah, Attic Attack and Tomahawk. They look like Spectrum Tazword. So I'm thinking maybe in this other box. Oh, that's not quite all of them. I've got these as well. There's ZX Spectrum expansion system that came with the interface 1, which is what's currently running these microdrives here, and that came with Tazword 2, Masterfile, and Attack, Games Designer, and a blank cartridge. Came with the interface 1, of which I'm pretty sure I've got the box for the interface 1, and that's the matching software. So I've got some work to do as far as replacing the pads on some of these, as you can see. That's what the original packaging was for a replacement cartridge. Microdrive would sit in there. Yeah, so I feel I'll probably get quite good at replacing the pads on them. It looks like I've got a few to do. So this here, right? Zoom you back in there. That I'm having trouble formatting, even on this drive, which I think is quite good. But what I did over here on the Spectrum is I grabbed one that wasn't formatting on the QL, and I did a little experiment as far as how many sectors will it format. And the result is 51. If I try that again, no, it's not one. It's drive 6. I'll just call it new. It's got a good pad in it, this one too. I'm not 100% sure if the QL and the Spectrum format the same amount of sectors. I think in the high 90s is quite common for the Spectrum ones. Yeah, so we've got 82 there now. So it's improving, but I don't think it's good enough to format properly on the QL. So we'll look at that one. So there's about, I'm assuming if all the Spectrum can see is 82, well, the QL, yeah, I have to look into the different sector sizes and things like that. I've got run to get Defender, so that's more than likely a Spectrum. Let's have a look, see if we can catalog it. Oops, wrong one. Cat 6. That's cataloging the virtual. Yeah. That's my Manic Miner saves. Cat 6. Yeah, see, sometimes it does this, it just goes really, like, real quick. And this says Microdrive not present. That's an indication that the it's not formatted, or it's formatted for QL. So let's switch over to the QL. See how many this gets. So pretty much this is going to be a format stream. Not a defrag stream or ejector stream. Watch the bar go across stream. We'll try and make it a bit more exciting than that. Hopefully we'll get to play a game. 7 seconds apparently to run through the entire loop. It's 84. Not bad. Got a funny feeling it's 127 is the maximum. Actually, we can test that theory by formatting a brand new vDrive cartridge. But yeah, it's not good enough, but usable on the Spectrum because the Spectrum's not as fussy. I don't know, I'll try it again on the QL. You never know, it might improve far enough, who knows. So that one will be a speaky, a usable speaky cartridge. I'll just kick the format off on here. Spectrum. U-file and Herg would imply Spectrum also. Let's see if we can catalog it. Got 84 last time. Sometimes it improves. You do a couple of formats, it improves. 85. But yeah, usable on the speaky. Let's see if I can even read this one. No, doesn't even know it's there. And I tried to read that like yesterday on the QL, so I know that it's not, there's nothing on it. No, nothing retrievable, put it that way. So it would be nice if I could find something that's over 100 that I could use on the QL here. $95. Close. Let's try it on the QL. That's right, isn't it? Okay. Why is this one not format? Sure, 7. Oh, works this time. So, you know, I would say that that cartridge is just not good enough, but definitely good enough for Specky. Put that there. All of these ones in the bag I've got listed as keep there. They've all got bad pads. So let's start picking from a bunch down here. I can see that that one's already mounted. Not sure you'll be able to see this, but sometimes the tape wraps around the little roller. Are you going to focus at all? Why are you not focusing? That's weird. That is bizarre. That it's overly important, but why all of a sudden no focus? It always focuses. There we go. Can you see it? Yeah, I think just on this white roller here you can see it's sort of, you can see a couple of winds of tape there, just on the left here, just here. That's it winds around that roller, and so that's a no-go, that one. Jeez, it's toast. So I'll keep a pile of absolutely no-go. Okay, that one's been used before by me because it's got my writing on it. Probably just needs the pad replaced. Just wondering if I should grab a pad out of one and just swap it in and out. Another option.
inexcusable.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
It's brutal and inexcusable. It's brutal and inexcusable.
There will be a Spectrum cartridge, that one. Oh, not present. Like that. Okay. I wonder if I've formatted it for QL. Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
It's brutal and inexcusable.
.93, it's not bad, but I suspect not good enough. Good for the speaky though, I'd say. So, I mean, you can see the problem, eh? So it might get to the point where to get some of these games running, I might have to install the vMap. Let's try some more. Just a random pick. Dog show. Dog show. Come on, chop chop. Seven seconds seems quite fast to be running through an entire loop of that tape though, doesn't it? Not flash, eh? I think it's probably too far gone to even try and get more out of it with just reformatting it, but let's see. Manic Mine, Hungry Horace and Booty all on one cartridge. Oops. Smash the keyboard. 69. I mean, if you just format it over and over. Dog show. No go. I really want to check to see whether my tweezers are magnetic at all as well. They don't seem to be. Sort of clutching at straws here, I think, but we'll give a couple of these a go, see how we get on. I just squished it. Ooh, it's got on this one. Not promising. It was promising that it actually didn't just error out straight away and say not present like it normally does. It's not looking too promising though. When you don't see that black flashing, it's an indication that the format's not working properly. Or it might be the verify, when it's trying to verify, you know, how many blocks are good. That's normal for a bit of a gap, and then it should start sort of flickering again. Yeah, it's not looking too promising. Maybe it'll work better on the QL. That is wishful thinking. Well, I think that actually that one didn't even format. That might be a question mark beside that one. I think what I need to do now is I need to install the vMap, this vMap here. At least you'll be able to sort of see what I'm up to. Hopefully. Sort of makes you wonder about that. There's a cap here, 470 microfarad 25. You know, it kind of makes you ponder whether the caps could be cause of some of these issues. I'm not 100% sure about that. Lift away the 2 rows of ribbon cable connecting the microdrives. The ends of these are simply stripped and soldered and pressed into the 2 rows of IC connectors. Yeah. Take one of the 7-pin single row connectors supplied and place it on the ribbon cable attached to microdrive 1 closest to the motherboard. That's these little doofers. So that should be okay, yeah. Right, so remove these. It's hard for you to see here, but basically there's 7-pin connectors, two 7-pin connectors, just pushed into a kind of like turned pin headers, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like a turned pin, like an IC, where an IC would plug into turned pin holes. It's not overly easy to get out. Those little doofers attached to one of the cables. The inner cable. Just horrible little pins. Cheap. I know, you know, Sinclair were trying to build to a price, and they successfully did so. But for a business machine, unfortunately, this was a failure. It's kind of cool. I like the quirky systems though. something a bit different. Right, that's that part done. Insert the ribbon cable with the 7-pin connector on Microdrive 1 into the motherboard connector labelled HBC1 pins 8 to 14 on the rows of pins closest to the PCB. Yep, easy. Okay. If Sinclair had have put these little headers on, you know, in the factory, it would have been so much nicer. But, you know, they've just got stripped wires that are soldered. It's just, it's pretty, how you doing, you know? Right, that's that one done. Insert ribbon cable with 7-pin into Microdrive 1. Insert the ribbon cable with a 7-pin connector in Microdrive 2 into the motherboard connector labelled HBC2 pins 8 to 14. Again, it's the one closest to the Microdrive. Sorry, you're just having to use your imagination here. Or do you? That one. And I'm just doing this one here now. Just tight. The board's actually bending down slightly. That's okay though. Right. Now take the second ribbon cable, the outer cable of Microdrive 1, and insert the wires into the corresponding socket of the left-hand vMap board, the L-shaped board with the electronics. Yep, that's the left-hand one there, with all the goodies on it. See these horrible soldered bloody connectors, you know, so if they bend out of position, you kind of got to bend them back so they all line up into the holes. It's all pretty how you doing. The vMap though is nice. It's got these nice turned pins, which is good. Okay, and then I think we just plug it into the board. Metal tool should not be used. Pins of, okay. Carefully insert. Right. Insert that. Jeez, so tight. Up. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, so that just needs to be just up there. That cable can run down there. And reinstall the heatsink. Don't forget to put the regulator back on. Rightio. Ensure that the top of the Microdrive ribbon cable is below the top edge of the Microdrive PCB, so a little close properly. So that needs to be sort of squished down. Okay, basically just Whack the lid back on. See, these are the LED cables, but see, you know, that it's just so cheap. You know, it's not a single block that you can plug in. You've got to individually plug these wires in to this silly little connector, that one that you can see where the red wire's poking there, that little connector, and it's got to be pushed down. It's just all built to a price, I guess is the polite way of putting it. I've done this so many times now, I know the colour combinations for it. Red, black, white, black, grey, black. So while you're putting one cable in, another one's popping out, and it's just, no, don't like it. Don't like it at all. It's one of those sort of, you need two pair of hands jobs sometimes. Stay in there, you brrr. Get in there. Right, all that for plugging in 3 LEDs. Yeah. Right. There's a shot. She's a beauty. Connect the drives. Okay. Apply power to the QL. Press F1 and MDV1 will be addressed as the QL searches for a boot file. If the drive operates briefly and the drive LED for the first internal drive flashes, then the vMap is operating correctly. I didn't actually take any notice. It's just power cycle. I heard it. Yep, light flashed. Okay. With a good known cartridge, check that MDV1 and MDV2 can be accessed by noting that the drive starts and the corresponding LED comes on briefly. I think this cartridge is probably good enough just to do something with, maybe. Yeah, it did access it. Number 2. Yep, that's good. If you have a Spectrum Microdrive connected, or if you have vDrive connected, check that we can access MDV3. The plug had come out slightly, so I just had to reseat it. Okay. MDV3. Yes, good. If all works, then the hardware installation is complete. Case will be screwed back. vMap manual. The vMap manual. So this is how it's described in the manual. The vMap QL is a configurable hardware device which translates Microdrive address for the QL addresses. Sorry, the vMap QL can flexibly map both internal and external microdrives to a wide range of address combinations, allowing, for example, external microdrives to appear as MDV1 or MDV2. And that's exactly what I want to achieve with this game, because this game, if we look here, MDV4, I think I have it. Yeah. So that is a game called Assault, and if I L-run that, L-run MDV4 underscore, do I have to put that in quotes? No. Assault underscore boot underscore boot. Right, it loads to a point. And see there, at line 270 not found. If we have a look at the list, if we list that, 270 L bytes MDV1 underscore assault, comma Z. I guess you could maybe, change that code. I don't know, but anyway. What we need to do now is remap MDV4 to MDV1. It's powered by the Microdrive interface. Okay, simple installation. To load the vMap QL standalone utility, copy the boot and vMap QL underscore bin files provided onto a spare cartridge and load into it. I don't know if I can do that. Standalone utility, copy the boot. onto a spare cartridge, which I can't do. Either reboot the QL or run lrun mdv1_boot to install. The commands will now be available and will stay resident. For instructions on loading the full vDrive QL toolkit, I wonder if I can just configuration stored in non-volatile memory, and I recall whenever the QL is turned on, any changes including current configuration at power up are also passed to the vDrive QL if attached. The vMap QL can be used on its own with restrictions. It's programmed by the vMap command with a single. I wonder if I do a reset here, vMap command, I wonder if that's available on the toolkit on the vDrive. I just loaded the toolkit there. vMap. vMap drives config in. vInfo displays vDrive settings. Swap QL internal drives. Standard QL drive order. Okay. vMap. Okay. There's a. I should show you this actually. vMap is programmed by the vMap command with a single digit parameter. Configurations are stored in non-volatile. So I think I want vMap configuration 3 because hang on, no. I want Microdrive 4 to be the first internal, the first internal drive. So I want vMap 4. I reckon I just type vMap 4. Is that it? Is that the syntax? Simple as that. vMap 4. Done, right? Now, if I do a dir, vMap drive 4 is now drive 1, right? Is that how it works? The drive. dir Microdrive 1. It's not reading the card. Hold on. I reckon if I just power cycle, it's actually going to boot off the SD because it's mounted. Yeah, is it? I actually think that's more so the vDrive is not picking up this SD card. There we go. It did that time. So if I dir MDV1 again, I should get that assault game. Oh no. Ah. Hang on a minute. It's mapping. I thought that would. Because that's actually reading MDV3. Let me try a reboot here. It's doing something. It's booting. I think it's booting the game. Is it? No, it's still got cartridge 3. If I do a dir, whoops, Microdrive 2, that should be the game. Yes. So for some reason, vMap 4 should have worked. Oh, I had to load that. Now if I do actually I should turn the toolkit off just in case that's interfering. dir. I should get the game. I would. That access the Microdrive. Ah. Card was ejected. I inserted the card and I got an amber flashing light. Weird. It doesn't seem like it's quite working because, so I'm using vMap 4, so Microdrive 1 is external, Microdrive 2 is external, Microdrive 3 is external, Microdrive 4 is the internal. I'm not quite seeing that. I'm seeing, it looks like it's mapping vMap 3 because the game's on 4 and I'm DIRing, when I DIR internal Microdrive 1, it's seeing 3. Unless I'm not reading this right. vMap 1 int external. So vMap 2, the first external microdrive is addressed as MDV1. The first external microdrive. Oh, vMap 2 is probably what I need to do. Internal microdrive 1 is addressed at, I'm reading it wrong, aren't I? I'm reading this graph wrong. Yeah, so MDV1 should be external, the first external drive. MDV2 will be the first internal, MDV3 will be the second internal, and then MDV4, which is why it accessed the external drive. So yeah, I want to use vMap 2. vMap 2. Have I got it set to? 3. Did I set it to 3 or 4? I set it to 4, didn't I? Microdrive 1. Yeah. How do I load the toolkit now? Yep. So I should be able to lrun microdrive 1 underscore boot. Right, that's cartridge 1. If I eject the cartridge, I should get the toolkit. Yes, I do. And so I should be able to lrun good. Okay. Now help. Yeah. Okay. It just got its knickers in a knot for some reason. So I want vMap 2. Right. And if I insert the SD card and do a reboot, it should try and boot from that. The first vDrive in that. It's not. Yeah. So So, so I want the second external to be Microdrive 1, but maybe I just can't do that. Internal, I think I have to mount the game in the first slot in the Microdrive, in the vDrive, because the only option is external 1 for Microdrive 1. It's the first slot in the vDrive. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So that just means swapping, you know, load the toolkit. So I want to load, I don't want to scroll. So at the moment I want to unload the first image, which was my test cartridge. So that's just basically load 1. And I think it'll just remove it. Load 1. I'm not sure if the syntax will be correct. No. Load 1, comma, open quote, close quote. Is D not present? Yeah. Right, so if I list the volumes, is it LV? List vDrives. Yeah, empty. MDV4. Oh, look, see what it's done? It's remapped it in if you list volumes. Okay. So if I load 4 with nothing, it just unmounts the game's assault there. And then CD to games and list. These are all the games in the folder on the SD card. And if I load Microdrive 1, which is actually the vDrive now, it's mapped properly with Assault. If I list volumes now, and so now if I reboot, it should boot off the Assault cartridge. Do I have to, maybe it doesn't auto boot. Lrun mdv1 it's doing something. Maybe did I load it in the wrong type of screen? It's definitely working. Oh, the very first time I've ever run a game on the QL. You've seen how many cartridges I've got. Oh my God. I've never ever been able to get a game, well, even, I don't know how many games I've got on cartridges or however many I've ever found. But obviously none that work. Oh, that's so good. So good. I have no idea how to play it. Don't ask me. Oh, that's so good to get it going though. Assault and battery. Oh man. Right, I'm going to take a short break and come back and have a go at some of these games.
Elite has been called the game of a lifetime. Available now on the ZX Spectrum. It's shot to #1 in all the charts. It's a game of skill, logic, commercial acumen, and of course, alien zapping excitement. Never seen Elite before, or never played it, buy it now and treat yourself to the game of a lifetime.
Okay, son. Remember to roll when you land, alright, buddy? Yeah. That's my boy. Dinner ready, honey?
Now, with over 200 games, there's only time for the important things in life.
Microsoft, ready to play. From the co-designer of the hit title Civilization comes Age of Empires. From the Stone Age to the Iron Age, experience 10,000 years of amazing discoveries as you build your tribe into a great civilization. Will you explore new lands, amass great riches, or conquer all in your path? You choose your favorite form of world domination. Age of Empires.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
The world's #1 selling home computer is now in a family pack, the Commodore 64, plus data cassette and joystick, 4 software programs including Introduction to Basic, a teach-yourself program for the whole family. The Commodore 64 Family Pack, a value of $700 for just $499.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
Aren't you astronauts?
Yes, ma'am. We like to compare notes with Stevie on the new space station.
Hi, we're the Pointer Sisters. We need Stevie's help with our new album.
The Amiga computer. What can it do? Well, what do you want it to do?
I need some more help. Mr. O'Neill, upstairs for a store on the left.
Amiga.
It just feels so good to finally run a game on this business machine. That tickles my fancy. I should track down the video for the advertisement for the QL before we get into the game. It's got to be on YouTube somewhere, right? Okay. Let me see if the quality of it's any good. How long is it? 22 seconds. Okay. Let me just pause the music there for a second. Share my screen for you.
Witness Sinclair's quantum leap. He's come up with a computer to rival these machines at a fraction of their cost. The Sinclair QL system. With a massive 128K memory, color monitor, and 4 professional software packages.
£695 back in 1986 was still not that cheap, eh? Yeah, it's pretty funny. Right. I don't have a keyboard. I don't know if there's a keyboard required. I don't know anything about this game. I've never seen it. What do I do? Hit enter. F1. Ooh. Can I go up the screen? Yes, I can. Oh, look at that sneaky little bugger. Oh, it's hard. Controls are hard. Joystick would be handy, wouldn't it? I think that's the first time I've ever heard my QL make sound. I need a joystick. That guy, he's hard to get. Oh, I got side shooting. Ah, I need to sort out a joystick for this, if I can. It's not bad, is it? I don't know. Geez, the controls are manky though. I'd like something different. What? Different level? Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, come on. This is a 68,000 CPU. It's not exactly the same CPU as the Amiga. It's some sort of variation. I haven't really looked into it to be honest. But give me a break. I mean, what do you expect from a business machine, right? Actually, with the joystick, it could be quite playable. Pretty funny. Let's have a look at some of the other games. Just trying to think of what I need to do here. I need to unmount, so reboot, unmount the drive. Load the toolkit first. I'll run Microdrive 1. So list volumes or list vDrives. Yeah, sometimes when I install this SD card, it doesn't pick it up. Okay, so load 1, comma, yep, CD, it's just CD games, list, Kevin, I think there might be an adventure. We'll have a look at it anyway, eh? Load 1, comma, Kevin, and then reboot. Just going to close the door. That washing machine's quite noisy. Might be automatically booting this time. No. I'll run. Kevin, boot. an expression. RALCHP, whatever that is. L bytes. Let's try it again, eh? Doesn't like it, does it? Actually, it's trying to boot there. What's it doing? Nothing there. I wonder if I try that again, but with the SD card not inserted. I think that loaded the toolkit. Yes, it did. So TK off, maybe because that might be in, that's going to be in memory, right? Syntax. It's not heavy, is it? Don't access the external drive. Let's try that again. It's almost like it's not seeing the vDrive. Let's just power cycle it. Okay. Load, no. Load 1, comma, to unload it. SD not present. Okay. We've got M Cosmic. Load 1. M Cosmic. And let's just try a reboot. See what happens. Medic free software. Medic data systems. Still loading. Oh man, need a joystick. Come on. Come on, dude. I'm not sure you could remap the keys. But why is right fire not working anymore? Right fire's not working. That's not handy, is it? Oh, there we go. If I could redefine the keys would be good. Need a joystick or redefinable keys. The cursor layout on the Spectrum, on the QL, is nearly as bad as the Spectrum. The left and right is fine, it's easy, but it's the up and down beside each other horizontally, and so it'd probably take quite a bit of practice to get used to. Joystick required. I hope I find a game that I can actually play. A simple left-right shooter would be quite cool. M Cruncher. Oh man, it's going to be a Pac-Man clone, isn't it? And I'm going to have the same issue with my up and down. M Cruncher. Oh, M Crunch. Changed medium. Okay, let's just try a reboot. I need to get myself a Spectrum QL cup to match the specky one. You know what? I reckon just a black cup with white letters on it. Okay, not found. That's weird. I'll try power cycle. Did I do something wrong? Empty. But did it not save? Load one M crunch. Yeah. List volume. List VL drive, I mean. Yep, so that should work. Reset. Pac-Man boot. I told you, M crunch. Munch, crunch. Pac-Man boot. I'll run Microdrive 1 Pac-Man P-A-C-K I do like Pac-Man. This could be hard though with the bloody key assignment. Oh yeah. Controls, cursor keys. Shiza. Ouch. Just with this key combination, you kind of have to think about every move. Oh, it's terrible. The game's probably okay. The controls aren't. So what do we have? What controls do we have? I'm just mashing the keyboard now. Up. Oh, up. I went up and it started the game. Down. Up. Yeah, right. Up. All my CPU cycles are being used trying to work out the up and down. I think if you spend enough time on it, You'd probably get there. But, oh jeez. ZX, no, none of those. I mean, what's the other option of control? That's the thing. If you could redefine your keys, would be good. Huh. Oh. Ooh. Thank Christ the ghosts are not that smart. A Space Invaders clone would be quite nice. With no up down. Thank you very much. Metropole. Metropole. What do I want to do? I'll run Microdrive 1. Oh, I better list it first, hadn't I? Met boot. Oh no, not Microdrives software again. Sorry guys. A better control system and I'd be happy. Choose options using cursor keys and space. The year is 2048. The metropolis is divided between east and west. It is your task to reunite the two zones by finding all the symbols of each zone. Your craft is equipped with multi-rotational thrust system and an air brake which can be used once per screen. Avoid the police ships and bullets. Is it going to be like a not Arkanoid, the one with the ship spins around, shoots the meteors and splits them up? What's that called? Can't remember now. It'll come to me. Instructions. Demonstration. No, it's not. Let's just go to the game. Oh. Asteroids. Can you shoot? No. Oh, that's stop. Oh, that's an air brake. You can only use it once, right? Spacebar. Ooh, skin of my teeth. Ooh, it's hard. It's not bad though. It's a little bit unresponsive. Oh shoot. What am I supposed to do? Go out there. Do I have all the things? Uh-oh. Is it written in BASIC, do you think? Can I shoot? Oh no, no. Too much. It sort of feels like it could be written in BASIC. This guy's going to come out of here, isn't he? Kiss keys in space. Instructions. Use cursor keys or the joystick. Thrust, rotate left, brake is space. Rotate right, that's it. Demonstration shows you the levels. Funny. Oof. Sometimes you hit the key and it doesn't respond. I'm trying to fly down that little gap. See, I was hitting thrust then, but it wasn't thrusting. What? Oh, do you have to go up into that? Is that... fuel 2800, items left 1. Oh, items, not items left. Come on. Now he's going to come out of there, isn't he? As soon as I approach. Is that how it works? Full thrust. Let's go. Well, I would say definitely the best so far, as far as I'm concerned. I think if it was just a little bit smoother, a little bit faster, that would be a really good game. And it's not too bad as it is, just a little bit unresponsive. It's my only criticism. Don't walk on the grass. You can't walk off the platform while it's going. Ooh. Ah, platforms kill you. Oh no. I mean, seriously, compare this to the 48k. Mine run on 16k? I don't think it did it? Compare it to the 48k Spectrum, the games. The Spectrum just absolutely kicks it. I'm sure if... Oh, that's right, don't do that. So how are you supposed to get that? Is there a duck? Oh yes, look. What the hell? I'm sure if... don't make the same mistake twice, eh? Can I fall down here? I'm sure if they had more people developing games for it, I'm sure, you know, there'd be some absolute bangers, but as a games platform, you know, you can't really expect too much because it is a business machine after all. Let's give it that. Can I get up here? Just don't jump. Oh, come on. Give me a break. Oh. Can't want to. Quite sure why it does that. It's not loading the toolkit either. It's like it needs a hard boot, hard reset. That's better. Qbert. I did enjoy Qbert in the arcades, proper joystick and everything. This could be tough, right? But let's have a look at it. device. Oh, I wonder if you can load it from any, I assume it's DV1. I wonder if it's one of the games, one game that you could actually load from any device. Game speed, I don't know, what, 1? Looks quite cool. Sounds pretty good. What are the keys? Is it joystick only? Oh, what was that? C. Oh, yeah. Up, down. I'm trying to find the diagonal. Is CDBH. I do like the key layout, I must say. It sounds probably the best of any of the games I've tried so far. Oof. Again, the controls are sluggish. You know, like you hit the key, it doesn't quite, and then sometimes you get a double key press. No. It's kind of like they're written in BASIC. I mean, it seems fast for BASIC, but I mean, this is quite a fast computer, considering. But it's almost got that, if you don't hit the key during the interrupt, it doesn't register. You know, like I'm pushing the key lots there. It's almost like you've got to, yeah, see, no. Push, 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 push. Double, I did a double push there. No. Not responsive enough. Another thumbs down, pretty much. Sounds good. Graphics look pretty good. The responsiveness is just shocking. It's not looking good as a gaming platform, is it? So far. Oh, that's a shame. What? What? Mode 1. Okay, do I need a hard boot again? Or a reset? Yeah, see, that's weird. It's kind of like it gets its knickers in a knot if you don't give it a cold boot from time to time. Yeah, it's loading the toolkit now. That's good. Alrighty. QL games. I think that came with the QL, maybe, or it's like a Scion or Sinclair games pack. Let's have a wee look at that. Main boot. Do I just, maybe I just load lrun boot. The games cartridge. Breakout. Let's see what Breakout's like, because I like Breakout. Don't tell me it's written in BASIC. Left and right arrows. Up for faster. Controllers serve. Okay. 1. It's not written in BASIC. I don't think. It seems too fast. Although I'm not sure what the performance of this machine is in BASIC. For all I know, it could be written in BASIC. But it just seems a bit more polished, you know, a bit smoother. Oh, they come down towards you. Oh, brutal. Oh, it's brutal. The pedal's almost a bit too slow. I mean, the sound is almost like one of those TV games that you plugged into your bloody TV that did like Pong and stuff. Hey, like simple beeps and boop. Come on, you've got to get up into there. Oh. He just got that. Oh. I mean, I'm sure the Spectrum, if you look at any breakout games on the Spectrum, for instance, I'm sure that they're going to be a hell of a lot better than this. And that's a Spectrum running bloody Z80 processor. And this is a 68,000 based machine. You know? Geez, like it's not hard enough already. Blimey. Now, how do I quit? Can I quit? To get back to the other games. Escape. No. Control break. Oh, is it written in BASIC? Channel not open. I think it's booting. Yeah. Pirate. Let's have a look at Pirate. Except it's gone out to lunch. What's going on? Do I have to hard boot this thing again? None of the keys are working. I'm just going to have another quick break. Won't be a second.
Microsoft, ready to play. From the co-designer of the hit title Civilization comes Age of Empires. From the Stone Age to the Iron Age, experience 10,000 years of amazing discoveries as you build your tribe into a great civilization. Will you explore new lands, amass great riches, or conquer all in your path? You choose your favorite form of world domination. Age of Empires.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
The world's #1 selling home computer is now in a family pack, the Commodore 64, plus data cassette and joystick, 4 software programs including Introduction to Basic, a teach-yourself program for the whole family. The Commodore 64 Family Pack, a value of $700 for just $499.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
Aren't you astronauts?
Yes, ma'am. We like to compare notes with Stevie on the new space station.
Hi, we're the Pointer Sisters. We need Stevie's help with our new album.
The Amiga computer. What can it do? Well, what do you want it to do?
I need some more help.
Mr. O'Neill, upstairs for a store on the left.
Amiga from Commodore, the computer for the creative mind.
Experience the mind unbounded. Amiga, the first personal computer that gives you a creative edge.
Right. Do we have any key action? Yes, we do. It's weird, eh? It needs, it's like needs a hard boot, cold boot, or oh, it's just locking it. Oh, it's loading. Oh God. They couldn't even be bothered to put steps, walking animation. Oh, ego. Oh no, what happens now? God. He's on the beach. Let's go. Get to the ship. No? Oh. Now what? Oh, can't get up. No. Oh, this big blood splodge. I don't know how I got across that shark infested bloody water before. Jeez. I love how he gets into the water. It's like a terrible Frogger clone. Oh my god. Oh, I fluked it the first time, didn't I? Go on, get in. Swim, 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 swim. Now what? Space? Look at his face. What the hell am I supposed to do? Or what? How did I get him? Oh. Oh no. Come on, they could have made it a little bit easier. Oh jeez. Swim faster. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too bad. Zfrid. Zfrid. How bad's this going to be? Sorry, QL, but I think possibly just keep the QL reserved for business applications, word processing and spreadsheets. Programming. Could do some basic programming. That'd be cool. Do I have to? Oh, I think I have to load it. Paint the pyramid whilst avoiding the monster and balls. I think some of these games you might have to actually go in monitor mode, not monitor mode, TV mode. I wonder. It won't automatically set the mode for you. QZ, I and N. What? Why? Is this a qubit clone? Oh my god. Is it running in BASIC? It's it's a qubit clone. Actually, it's more responsive than the other one. it's running in basic, isn't it? Oh. Up? No, what? Up? Oh, I can't go up to the left. Q. Oh, it's QZ. I thought it said AZ. Oh, anyway, that makes more sense. Oh, jeez. Sorry about this. Oh, terrible. Not having much luck. Gun. Gun. What? Has it crashed? It crashed. Ooh. Let's try that again. Space Invaders clone of some sort. Hopefully it's just left, right and fire. Oh man, you wouldn't want to be a kid trying to sneak a game in, you know, in your bedroom in the 80s while your parents are sleeping, would you? Sneak a game. Jeez. Oh, it's horrible. I think it might have crashed again, but it's horrible. It's horrible. Oh. Sorry to the people that wrote these games, but I couldn't do any better. Nowhere near it. So I shouldn't say too much, but just sort of comparing it with some of the Spectrum games. These came free with the system, I think. They were like pack-ins. Last one, because it's just too bad. Still loading apparently. Or do I need to clear the memory? Not looking good, is it? I'll try a cold boot. Because that, I guess that crash might have upset it a little bit. Red flashing light. Hunt just doesn't want to play ball. I think on that note, I've tortured you enough today. Let's see if there's anyone I can raid. Right, it's gone. Out to lunch. Anyway, let's raid Amiga Live. He's the only one on at the moment I can see. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for keeping me company. And we'll probably catch you... Oh yeah, that's failed, yeah. Probably catch you in the next week. Some stage. Thank you very much. Catch you later.